Welcome back. In the previous video, we solved the second part of this question. That is the probability that one is black and one is red. In this video, we are going to solve the third part. That is the probability that both balls are of the same color. So once again, this is our box with 5 white balls, 3 red balls, and 2 black balls, giving us a total of 10 balls. We are selecting 2 balls from the box one after the other without replacement, and we are being told to find the probability that both balls are of the same color. So both balls are of the same color. In the box, we have white balls, red balls, and black balls, and we are selecting 2 balls, and we are being told that both balls are of the same color. This means that it's either both balls are white, that is the first is white and the second is white, or both balls are red, that is the first is red and the second is red, or both balls are black, that is the first is black and the second is black, because both balls are of the same color. So it's either both balls are white, both balls are red, or both balls are black. So the probability that both balls are of the same color is equal to the probability that both balls are white, or the probability that both balls are red, or the probability that both balls are black. Now, this will give us the probability that if both balls are white, it means that the first ball is white and the second ball is white. So the probability that the first is white and the second is white. Or if both balls are red, it means that the first is red and the second is red. So the probability that the first is red and the second is red. Or if both balls are black, it means that the first is black and the second is black. So the probability that the first is black and the second is black. So all we need to do now is to find the probability that the first is white and the second is white. For the first case, we find the probability that the first is red and the second is red for the second case, and we also find the probability that the first is black and the second is black for the third case. Remember, we are selecting these 2 balls one after the other without replacement. Let's begin with the probability that the first is white. In the box, we have 5 white balls and a total of 10 balls. So the probability that the first ball is white will give us the number of white balls in the box, which is 5, divided by the total number of balls in the box, which is 10. So the probability that the first ball is white is 5 divided by 10. This means that we have selected the first ball from the box and it is white. From the videos on multiplication and addition law of probability, we learned that where we see and, we are going to replace it with multiplication. So we have and here, so we replace it with multiplication. Now we are looking for the probability that the second is white. Remember, we are selecting these 2 balls one after the other without replacement. So after selecting the first ball, we are not going to drop it back into the box. We will go ahead and select the second ball. Probability that the second is white. Before we select the second ball, we have 4 white balls in the box and a total of 9 balls. So the probability that the second is white will give us the number of white balls in the box, which is 4, divided by the total number of balls in the box at that time, which is 9. So probability that the first ball is white is 5 divided by 10. And probability that the second ball is white is 4 divided by 9. This is for the first case. We have or here, so we replace it with addition. Let's move on to the second case. Probability that the first is red and the second is red. In this box, we have 3 red balls and a total of 10 balls. So the probability that the first is red will give us the number of red balls in the box, which is 3, divided by the total number of balls in the box, which is 10. So that will give us 3 divided by 10. This means that we have selected the first ball from the box and it is red. We have and here, so we bring the multiplication sign. We are going to select the second ball. Remember, we are selecting these two balls without replacement, so we will not drop the first ball into the box. We will go ahead and select the second ball. We are looking for the probability that the second is red. The number of red balls in the box has now reduced to 2, and the total number of balls in the box has also reduced to 9. So the probability that the second is red will give us the number of red balls in the box, which is 2, divided by the total number of balls in the box, which is 9. This is for the second case. Now let's consider for the third case. We have OR here, so we will bring the addition. For the third case, we are looking for the probability that the first is black. The number of black balls in the box is 2. The total number of balls in the box is 10. So the probability that the first is black will give us the number of black balls in the box, which is 2, divided by the total number of balls in the box, which is 10. This means that we have selected the first ball and it is black. We have AND here, so we bring the multiplication sign. Now we are going to select the second ball. We are selecting these two balls without replacement, so we will not drop this ball back into the box. We will go ahead and you select the second ball. We are looking for the probability that the second ball is black. Since we have selected this black ball from the box, we have reduced the number of black balls to 1, and we have reduced the total number of balls to 9. So the probability that the second is black will give us the number of black balls in the box at that time, which is 1, divided by the total number of balls, which is 9. So for the third case, probability that the first is black will give us 2 divided by 10 times probability that the second is black will give us 1 divided by 9. So we have considered for the first case, for the second case, and for the third case. If we simplify this, we are going to have 2 divided by 9 plus 1 divided by 15 plus 1 divided by 45. And this will give us 14 divided by 45. So the probability that both balls are of the same color, the probability that both balls selected at random are of the same color is equal to 14 divided by 45. The last part of the question says that we should find the probability that both balls are of different colors. We are going to do that in the next video. So see you in the next video, and let's continue solving the question. Bye bye.